Welcome to video tutorial 18. In this next section we are making the ears and then the tail and then the muzzle. The ears are all instructions that you've done before, so magic circles, increases, exactly the same format. So I'm just going to show you the ear and how it will look. We've just fastened off, there's no stuffing of the ear, so we'll just fasten it off and it will look like that. So you'll need to make 2 ears in your normal beige colour, and then for our tail, which we're going to show you how to make, it says make 1 in your second colour. So really watch out for that, because if you carry on making everything in beige, you'll need to pull it out and redo it. The tail and the muzzle will both be in your contrast colour, which for this kit is cream. So we're going to do the tail, and then I'm also going to leave you to do the muzzle, because again, that is exactly the same techniques. So we picked the tail to show you because we're actually working in slightly smaller number of stitches. So it's a little bit more fiddly. So I thought we'll show you this one. So we're going to start off with a magic circle and make 4 stitches as per the instructions. So there's our slip knot, and then we're going to put 4 double crochets in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just move that pattern just to make sure it's focusing on our magic circle. There we are. So we're just going to close it as normal. And we'll pop our marker in, move everything else out of the way just so that we can see clearly. So we'll pop our marker on our last stitch, and now we're going to do 4 increases. So move it around, that's our slip knot. So our first stitch is here. The next one is 4 increases. So we're going to go into stitch number 1. Oops, move that marker out the way. It is a little bit more awkward with it being a smaller number of stitches you're working with. The best thing to do is just take it really carefully. If you're not sure which is the correct stitch, use the little trick we showed you earlier of counting backwards. And just take it slowly. It just is a bit more tricky. So that's our 3rd stitch with an increase. And now our last one, our 4th stitch with an increase. Voila, we have 8 stitches. So we'll count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we've just got, that is the one, we haven't moved it yet. So we'll just move it, that's the last stitch of the last round. So of course, double check as normal. So we'll pop that marker in so we know where we're up to. And that's round 2 completed. It doesn't want to fasten. There we go. So our next round is double crochet increase, and we're doing that 4 times around. So we will be ending with 12 stitches. So double crochet, I mean, you may feel confident enough to continue this on your own. But if you like to support the videos, you can keep watching. So double crochet increase, double crochet increase. And we're just repeating that all of the way around. Double crochet increase. And our last set, so double crochet and then an increase. This is a wee little tail. So let's move our marker. So we have 12 stitches. Double check your stitches just to make sure. Now our final round, round 4, double crochet decrease. Don't accidentally misread that, because you're used to doing increases at the moment. Double crochet decrease times 4 to take us back to 8 stitches. So it's like a little round tail, and then it just tucks in slightly at the bottom to give it a little round shape. It's very sweet. And then it says slip stitch and fasten off, add a tiny bit of stuffing. So let's do that. So double crochet and a decrease. So we're going to do our double crochet. And then our decrease, if you remember, is grabbing the front loop of the next 2 stitches. and double crocheting them together, and then another double crochet, and then another decrease. So we're going to grab the front 2 loops of the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and double crochet those together. To move things out, so I'm not sure if the focusing's right, we'll make sure it's nice and clear. There we are. So a double crochet again, and then a decrease, grabbing those front 2 parts of the stitch, the next 2 stitches, so the front loop of the next 2, and then just double crocheting them together, like so, and then another double crochet, and then a final increase. So we're grabbing the front loop again of this one and our final stitch, and then just carry on treating them as one stitch. There we are, one loop. So that is finished. Now I don't need to move my marker now because we're going to slip stitch and fasten off. So if you remember how to do that, so we're going to our next stitch. This is just to give us a flatter edge, a nice neat edge. So we'll go into it and pull through again. And then we're going to cut it off. I'll leave a bit of a strand like it says on the pattern too, and that's just for sewing on. It saves us attaching another strand later. And there we have it. So we'll push it the right way around. If you remember the right way from the wrong way, look, that is the correct way around. So it does look like we're in nice neat spirals. Inside out looks more like that, which is more very undefined stitches, and it looks more like they're in diagonal lines coming downward. So the correct way around is our nice horizontal looking lines with our quite clearly defined stitches. Now the strand in the middle, we can just cut that off. Don't cut it really short, remember, leave a tiny little bit just so it doesn't unravel. And then we're just going to pop a tiny bit of stuffing in there. Here's our little stuffing bag. So we're just going to pop, we won't get a lot in there actually. So we're just going to pop a little bit in, and then we'll put it to one side to go with the rest of all our other items. There we go. A little bit of stuffing, look at that. How sweet is that? One tiny little tail. So we'll pop that to one side, pop it there. And so we've got the ear. And the next thing you're going to make is the muzzle. So if you continue making that, and you'll be making that, don't forget, in the second colour, your contrast colour, the cream. So make 2 ears, 1 tail and 1 muzzle. And then when you have finished that, we'll be continuing on video 18. So happy crocheting, and I will see you again shortly.